What up, y'all? So we got the OnePlus Pad in the building, and it's been in the building for a minute. Like I've had it. I've been playing around with it. Honestly, I was trying to wait till all the updates and everything came, but I think we're still missing one more update. But we will touch on some of the features that are specific to those updates later in the video. My overall consensus, I just got to give it to you straight. The OnePlus Pad has really changed my mind about Android tablets as a whole. And it starts here. The OnePlus Pad really killed it for the first iteration, so we got to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get into it. What's good, y'all? It's your man, Wayne Training. We are back with another joint OnePlus Pad right here. So you know we got to start off with the look and the feel. Y'all see that green? This is the Halo green. This is their special color for this year. You've seen it on the earbuds, the OnePlus 11. They all kind of have a different hue, but this one, I'm not gonna lie, I actually do like this one. See that big old camera on the back? I'm gonna call that the cap camera. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna call that the cap camera because you see the big housing and everything. You think that you about to get down with some real deal, you know, hardcore videography, photography with this thing. Nah, it's just for show. It does do okay though for a tablet, but you know, it's full cap. But let's see if y'all get a little bit closer look. We got the OnePlus logo. You know, you got a nice little feel of the logo right there in the middle. On the sides, we got two big, nice speaker grills, and then we got two more big, nice speaker grills on the side. Volume up and down up here. Then you got your power button right here. So a lot of tablets in the past and some currently, like the iPad, are still operating as if, you know, we're working with a big phone, so to speak. I really like that Android tablets have really, you know, made the distinction that no, Android tablets are made somewhat of a replacement to what you're gonna get from your desktop setup, your laptop setup. So typical camera right there in the middle for the front camera, web camera, so to speak. On the back though, you know, I get the same thing, kind of keep it symmetrical. You don't want to have a middle camera here and have some off to the side here, and now you're forced to flip it and do all this mess. You know, I appreciate that they're kind of keeping it the same. That's kind of why I appreciate this tablet so much. When I started using it, I'm like, yo, this just makes me want to use it like a laptop. So I'm not mad at it. I hope they continue this format though. You know, we got to talk about the stylus housed right here at the top. That's exactly how you charge it as well. Y'all know where they got that from, so, you know. They did borrow a bunch of things from Apple. If I'm an Android tablet manufacturer, keep doing it. See what the iPad's been doing for all these years. Take some of that stuff from Apple and apply it to Android, and I promise you're gonna get great results. So kind of going back to those cameras, the front camera right here in the middle, it's just a webcam for the most part. So you don't wanna, like, don't get it confused with anything more than just, you know, for video calls, Zoom calls, you know, little quick stuff like that. And honestly, the same thing for this rear camera as well. Quick shots, you know, you might be playing around with it outside. You might even be playing with it, you know, indoors, just, you know, you chilling. Oh, let me take a quick picture, show you what I'm doing. Bow, send it up, flick it up. And the rear camera is just a 13 megapixel camera. It records in 4K 30 standard. Same thing on the front, only 1080p 30, but it's also an 8 megapixel camera. So, you know, those specs alone, you know, nothing special. It's made just to kind of do something quick, not for anything more than that, if you ask me. Now we gotta bring it back down to this big, beautiful display. Like, honestly, for it to be an LCD display, I'm not mad at the quality. Like, OnePlus has been really good with picking out, you know, proper displays with their devices. So it's been a long time since I had like a bad display from OnePlus. So I'm perfectly fine with it being LCD. The blacks are pretty good for an LCD screen. The brightness is actually surprisingly decent outside. I took a quick little test and compared it to my iPad Pro, and the iPad Pro has on paper 100 more nits, 600 nits of brightness versus the 500 that's on the OnePlus Pad. So display is great, all that stuff is great. Battery, we're talking about a 9,500 milliamp hour battery. They advertise something like 30 days for standby or whatever. Like, honestly, I let this thing go, and the standby is pretty good. I don't think I've ever gotten close to that 30 days that they said. Maybe it's like some setting that I didn't find. I looked through it. I looked through all the battery settings. Maybe it might be just one of those super duper battery saving things, and you know, whatever. Once you start going that low with the specs, I don't really count it, honestly. Just give me the real deal performance specs, like underuse specs. I don't really care about. I do care about standby. Standby is very important to me, but don't skew the numbers to be like, okay, standby when it's in super power saving mode under this situation when it's not being used in the cold wet. Nah, don't do that. It's a very unrealistic situation, and it's not fair for comparison's sake, because no other company's doing stuff like that. So OnePlus, don't do that either. As much as I like y'all, don't be doing that. That's cap. That's what we call capping these streets. All right, so we got to move on to the software side of things. This is where, honestly, it shined the most to me. When I use this tablet, it's been super smooth, super silky, like no different than what I've already gotten used to from OnePlus. They've been killing the smoothness game for a while, the high performance, all that stuff. That's OnePlus's name to me. Now, they definitely had, you know, some buggy issues here and there, but like honestly, none of them were deal breaker type of bugs. Like I can still function. Everything was good, everything was smooth. Same thing here on the OnePlus Pad. The stylus might be the only other area where I was kind of struggling with software, but majority of the time when I use the stylus on any of the apps or whatever, everything works pretty well. I noticed that when I go into the browsers, I might have some issues there, but pretty much anytime I use it with drawing apps, note-taking apps, if I'm just swiping, you know, from screen to screen, you know, tapping different things, everything's working great there. They even got the little double tap on the side feature, similar to the Apple Pencil, to switch between, you know, a writing utensil and erasing. So again, I'm not mad when companies steal some of these little things from Apple. Like, that's perfectly fine. And I don't, like, before y'all, if anybody comes at me, I don't know if like there was a Wacom pen or some other pen that's been doing that feature. All I know is that's what Apple was doing. So I'm going to give that credit to Apple. They've even taken the little animation when you actually dock it to charge it, that they went that far with it. So look, OnePlus, keep doing you, keep stealing from Apple, do what you got to do. The layout of the home screen even is a little reminiscent of what you're going to see on an iPad. Again, it's not a bad thing. Like, I'm not mad at that. The iPad is a great experience. Like, I don't know why people would hate on that. Like, so steal from what's great. Honestly, that's kind of how it works to me. So getting back to like what I was saying earlier with the multi-screen function, that's actually one of my favorite features, is being able to have like a casted version of your phone on the screen of the tablet. And it's honestly it's useful. Like, you know, you don't have to go pick up your phone. You can minimize the app if you don't want to use it and pull it back up, and then start going away if there's some text messages or whatever on your phone. You know, you can answer them and talk to them as if, you know, it's your phone. Now, the thing, since it's like a screencast feature, if you were to receive a call, the phone still does ring, so you're gonna have to answer the phone. Those calls are not getting transferred to the tablet or anything. All right, y'all, so we're about to test out real quick the cellular share function for the OnePlus Pad and the OnePlus. So I'm about to send myself a quick text message. What's goody? Right. Oops, I'm being extra. Send. Wow, got the text. Let's test out responding. See how that works. Nothing much, just chilling. Oops. Send. Bam, I got it back instantly. Wow. Now let's test out the calling. Call myself. Incoming. I want to see if I'll be able to actually hear myself. Yo. Hey, so now we can actually. So now we can actually hear myself on the OnePlus Pad and have a conversation. You don't need your phone or anything. Well, technically you do need your phone. But you get it. Like, OnePlus has really done well with their little mini ecosystem that they're building. You know, you got your buds. I believe there's multi-point function between other Androids as well, but especially between these two. If you ever pair with a tablet or the phone, you put them in, pause one, get on the other one, it's almost instantaneous. Like, it's crazy how fast like the transfer is. You get the quick pairing functionality if you were to pair this up with just the tablet and not the phone. Not only that, they got a nice little startup kit of accessories, man. They got a nice little keyboard and a little folio case. You know, you set if you were to pick up this tablet. Like, the keyboard works really nice as well. You got some shortcuts at the top. It's not a backlit keyboard, so that's one downside. The trackpad's a little small, but I like the key travel and all that stuff. I like the clicks. Everything sounds good. It is a little expensive. I don't know if I'm willing to pay that price for this keyboard, so to speak, but it isn't a bad keyboard. It's not built cheaply or nothing like that. The only other thing I would say I don't like is like the adjustment. So you basically just got like 2 or 3 options between how you want your screen to be sitting. So, you know, again, I'm not mad at it. It's their first one. I just want y'all to remember that. This is their first tablet. Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot my most favorite feature about this tablet, the fast charging. 67 watt fast charging. Like, that's it right there. That's it. That's a kill. 67 watt fast charging, man. Like, I never have to worry about, you know, battery life that much. Like, I'm still getting good battery life, but now I can charge it up fast too. So it's like I'm solid across the board. Overall, this tablet can be used honestly however you want it. I played around with some games with it. I don't play around with too many games, but I'm starting to get back into my RuneScape vibe. You know, I used to play RuneScape back in the day. We getting back into a little bit of that. I was playing that for a little bit, and I was surprised at how well it handled that game. I played it a little bit on my other tablet that is, I don't know if it's more high-end or not based on the chipset, but I'll just say that the OnePlus Pad did better than that tablet, Tab S8 Ultra. So the OnePlus Pad handled that game to me better than it did on the Tab S8 Ultra. Granted, that's an 8th Gen 1, and a lot of people were kind of had some beef with 8th Gen 1. The Dimensity 9000 is a really good chip. Not a lot of lag or anything like that. Granted, it's not a super, you know, graphically intensive game or anything like that, but, you know, it handled it pretty well to me, and I like that. That's good enough for me. I don't need to do too much more than that. If you want to do a little bit of high-end work or whatever, you could do that. I like what I see from this tablet. For $479 before taxes, like, you're getting incredible value if you ask me. So if y'all have made it to the end, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, man. Like, this tablet is great. Man, I don't even. That's all I got, man. It's your man Wayne Train. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.